Good morning. This is Kathleen Clow with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, July 13th, 2026. Today's fire potential headlines include continued near record heat and a return of mixed wet and dry thunderstorms, which will last through midweek this week, bringing a lightning risk, but also increased cloud cover and relative humidities across the region. A fuel and fire behavior advisory remains in effect for eastern Nevada, much of Utah, and the Arizona Strip. We expect fuels to continue to dry out over the next few days, especially up north, and basin wide, we expect some higher IA during the beginning of the system due to the lightning potential across the basin. Putting that to a map, today we expect continued near record temperatures across the northern half of the Great Basin and widespread storm potential across the entire basin. Storms on the leading edge of the system will be more on the dry side today, especially across northeastern Nevada and northern Utah, with mixed wet and dry storms to the south and east. Despite storm potential, we will still see those very hot and dry conditions, and by Tuesday, storm coverage across the basin will be much more widespread and on the mixed and wet side, but there's still going to be a potential for IA from lightning due to underlying fuel conditions. By Wednesday, storm potential will exit western Nevada and Idaho as the system continues to push east, bringing higher precip totals to southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. Today, heat advisories and extreme heat warnings remain in effect across portions of Utah and much of central Idaho until this evening and early tomorrow morning. Over the past 24 hours, we received some low amounts of precipitation across parts of western Nevada this morning and higher precip amounts yesterday across areas of southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. With that rain, we received lightning across the Arizona Strip and portions of southern Utah, especially over the Babylon fire. Over the past 24 hours, the Great Basin had 12 new starts for a total of 2,398 acres and a large fire growth of 5,628 acres. Satellite this morning shows cloudy conditions across much of the Great Basin, especially western Nevada and southwestern Utah as that system moves in. The areas of heaviest smoke impacts for today and tomorrow include northern Utah and southeastern Idaho from the Sookie and Cow Canyon fires. Additionally, smoke from the Babylon fire and neighboring Colorado fires will drift west and impact central and southern Utah. Smoke from ongoing Northern California and Oregon fires will drift north and east, causing light impacts across western Nevada and central Idaho. Current fire danger conditions include high ERC values across much of the basin, above the 97th percentile for portions of southern Nevada as well as Utah. ERC values remain on the rise across the northern half of the basin due to near record temperatures, especially across central Idaho, where you can see the upper Snake River has now moved into the 97th percentile. In the near term, we expect a fall in ERC conditions with a forecast precipitation potential before they go back on the rise starting this weekend. The largest improvement in ERC conditions we expect to see will be across the southern half of the basin, where we'll see most of our precipitation from this week's system. For today, we've issued high-risk triggers for lightning across a large portion of eastern Nevada and western Utah. These triggers will move north and east on Tuesday as that system makes its way across the basin, with lightning impacts across eastern Idaho and western Wyoming on Wednesday. That lightning risk will be followed by a change to low or little risk due to precipitation received from the system, and you can see that area expand from Tuesday to Wednesday in the south. Our main wind concerns today and tomorrow are from gusty storm outflows, which you can see in those darker colors across the map. On Wednesday, we'll see some breezier areas of winds across central Nevada and higher winds across eastern Idaho. Relative humidity values continue to stay on the rise in many areas due to expected precipitation and increased cloud cover, but still in the teens across northern portions of the basin. Those values will continue to improve across the areas we expect rain over the next few days, which will also bring improved overnight recoveries. By Wednesday, RH values will start to decrease again in western Nevada and Idaho as precipitation leaves those areas. Despite expected rain and cloud cover, we'll still expect to see high temperatures across much of the basin and still expect those triple-digit temps across the valleys in Utah Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. For our precipitation totals, we can see our highest precip accumulations across eastern Nevada and also central Utah as that monsoonal moisture really makes its way into the area, with those highest rain totals on Wednesday there in the darker green. Here you can see that widespread predicted cloud cover across much of the Great Basin, and you can see especially on Tuesday we've got the highest amount of cloud cover across a large portion of the basin, and on Wednesday that will decrease as that system continues to move north and east, and you can see those lower amounts across western Nevada there. For Thursday through Saturday, you can see that system continuing to move across and exit the basin, and you can see that next massive dry air starting to creep its way in, especially into western Nevada starting on Thursday and kind of sitting in place over that area through Saturday. And that's why we've got that moderate risk kind of creeping back into those western areas as things start to continue to dry back out. Due to the rain total that we're expecting to see, we will continue to see those green areas across southern Nevada, southern Utah, and the Arizona Strip. Thursday through Saturday, we do expect to see some breezier conditions across portions of southern Nevada and maybe a little bit into western Wyoming. And overall, you can see those RH values will start to decrease again following that dry air coming back in that we just talked about. So you can see back in the teens across much of western Nevada, but still some decently higher relative humidity values across Utah and Idaho from all of that precip. We will continue to see that precipitation accumulate across the basin Thursday through Saturday, and you can see those higher rain totals in the dark green across portions of Utah and the Arizona Strip. Not much rain across western Nevada and western Idaho at this point. We will continue to see those high temperatures. Again, you can see those triple digit values across the valleys in the Great Basin, 101 on Thursday, 102. But overall, a little bit moderated from what we saw this weekend, but still very hot. To recap our 7 day significant fire potential, you can see we've got that lightning risk today across eastern Nevada and western Utah, which will continue to move north and east across the basin through Wednesday, where we'll have that lightning risk across eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. On Thursday, you can see we've got some brown creeping back into western areas as things start to dry out following that rain. But overall, we'll see that little or no risk across much of those southern areas Tuesday through Sunday from all of that rain. For our 6 to 10 day outlook, we'll continue to see those above normal temperatures across all of the basin, and you can also see they expect some above normal chances for precipitation with that bullseye over Nevada, much of Utah, and much of central Idaho. That concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.